Chapter of Life to the Landline Phone. Hello and welcome to the Good Ray channel. In this video, I'll share a story titled Chapter of Life to the Landline Phone. At the end of 2002, I left my position as a government employee and moved back to Yangon. While looking for new opportunities in Yangon, I discovered that apartments in my area were relatively affordable. Although I couldn't afford one, I informed my sister, who was still in the countryside, about the low apartment prices. Interested, she visited Yangon, checked out the apartments, and ended up purchasing one. She entrusted it to me before returning to the countryside. Around the same time, I got a job at an embassy. With my sister's permission, I brought my wife and eldest son to Yangon, marking the beginning of a new chapter in our lives. My younger son wasn't born yet. We moved into my sister's apartment, and I began my shift-based work at the embassy, alternating between morning, afternoon, and night shifts each week. One day, during an afternoon shift, I encountered someone I had known during my time as a government employee in a small town. He had been a station staff member at the town's railway. He greeted me warmly and shared that he had also left government service and was now working in the telecom sector, assisting people with landline phone connections. Back then, mobile phones were rare, and a single SIM card cost around 3.5 million chats. A landline phone connection, on the other hand, cost about 400,000 chats to install but had a resale value of around 1.8 million chats. Seeing a potential profit of 1.4 million chats, I became interested in his offer and decided to apply for a landline phone through him. He guided me through the application process, and I paid him an initial deposit of 200,000 chats, followed by another 250,000 chats a few weeks later for the remaining fees and his service charge. About a month later, he informed me that the phone connection was ready and could be sold immediately for a profit. Excited, I agreed to meet him at a donut shop to finalize the sale. Unfortunately, he didn't show up. Days later, he called to say he had fled to the border due to issues with another business. That was the last time I heard from him. I had been scammed out of 450,000 chats. A year later, as I was heading home after a morning shift, I saw him at a tea shop. He recognized me and tried to flee, but I chased after him. After a brief encounter involving some dramatic exchanges and subtle threats, I convinced him to take me to his home. There, he attempted to negotiate, claiming he had no cash but offered household items like a generator, sewing machine, television, and refrigerator as collateral. I agreed, loaded the items into a hired truck, and took them home. I informed him he had 1 week to repurchase the items for 450,000 chats, or I would sell them. He never returned, so I sold everything, making about 400,000 chats. With this money, I purchased 2 plots of land in a nearby village for 200,000 chats each. 2 years later, I sold the plots for a combined 600,000 chats, using the profit to purchase my first mobile phone and SIM card. At the time, a SIM card cost 500,000 chats. Over the years, the price of SIM cards dropped drastically, from 2 million chats to 1,500 chats by 2013. And now, in 2024, they are only 4,000 to 5,000 chats. This journey, which began with a quest for a landline phone, ultimately ended with the arrival of affordable mobile technology. Such is the unpredictability of life's chapters. Thank you for watching. This has been Good Ray.